Imagine a future where no new Bitcoin will ever be created again. It sounds like something out of science fiction, doesn't it? But it's an inevitable reality we are rapidly approaching. You see? Bitcoin has a fundamental rule that sets it apart from every other currency in history. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, not a single coin more. And here's what makes this so urgent. We're already nearly 95% of the way there. Right now, about 450 new Bitcoin enter circulation each day through mining. But this number is designed to shrink. It systematically decreases with every halving event, following a predetermined schedule that's locked into its code. Eventually, this rate will slow to a trickle, and then it'll stop completely. The world will witness something that has never happened before in financial history. So, what exactly happens when that last Bitcoin is mined and all 21 million coins are finally in circulation? More importantly, does this mark the end of Bitcoin, or is it actually the beginning of something far more transformative? The numbers tell a fascinating story. Currently, just over 1 million Bitcoin are left to be mined. If projections hold steady, the final coin will be mined around the year 2140. On that day, the creation of new Bitcoin will cease entirely. No more inflation from new supply, no more issuance. Just a fixed total of 21 million Bitcoin distributed across the world. But here's the critical part that many people misunderstand. This doesn't mean miners will vanish or that the network will collapse. Not even close. Instead, miners will transition to a new revenue model, one based entirely on transaction fees. These are the small payments that users voluntarily include when they send Bitcoin across the network. Now, you might be thinking that these fees are tiny, and you'd be right for now. Today, these fees only make up about 1.8% of a miner's total revenue, completely dwarfed by the massive block rewards they receive for creating new coins. However, as Bitcoin adoption accelerates globally and more people use the network for payments, for custody, and for large-scale settlements, both the value and the volume of these transaction fees are projected to grow exponentially. What seems insignificant today could very well become the financial backbone of Bitcoin mining tomorrow. Think about it like this. Visa processes trillions of dollars in transactions a year and earns its revenue from a small percentage of each one. As Bitcoin's network handles more and more economic activity, the total value of those small fees will add up, creating a powerful and sustainable incentive for miners to keep securing the network long after the last coin is mined. This is the built-in succession plan for Bitcoin's security. It's not an afterthought. It's part of the original design. But the story gets even more intriguing when we consider Bitcoin's hidden scarcity. While the theoretical supply cap is 21 million, the actual number of coins in circulation will be considerably smaller. Researchers from firms like Chainalysis estimate that between 2 to 3 million Bitcoin are permanently lost to history. These are coins that have vanished forever through forgotten passwords, destroyed hard drives, and early adopter mistakes that can never, ever be recovered. This means that instead of 21 million coins actually being available for the world to use, the realistic figure is closer to 18 or 19 million. For a global financial asset that aims to serve billions of people, this level of scarcity is almost incomprehensibly small. When you combine a fixed, and in fact a decreasing, supply with perpetually growing demand, classical economics gives us a clear verdict. Scarcity inevitably creates value. It's the simple law of supply and demand. This realization is precisely why institutional investors, multinational corporations, even some sovereign governments are now taking Bitcoin very seriously. They see the writing on the wall. The race to acquire a piece of this finite digital asset is just getting started, and the competitive landscape is about to intensify dramatically. As the block rewards fade into history, Bitcoin will enter a transformative new chapter, defined by 4 key developments. First, as we've discussed, miners will continue securing the decentralized network, but their incentive will shift entirely to transaction fees rather than newly minted coins. This ensures the network remains robust and operational forever. Second, Layer 2 scaling solutions, like the Lightning Network, will mature and flourish. These technologies are being built on top of Bitcoin to enable transactions that are both faster and cheaper than ever before, making Bitcoin practical for everyday purchases, like buying a cup of coffee. This is how Bitcoin scales to handle a global user base without compromising its core security. Third, long-term holders will witness the compounding benefits of absolute scarcity. As adoption grows and the fixed supply becomes more and more valuable, holding Bitcoin could become a powerful strategy for wealth preservation. The value isn't just in its price, but in its unwavering predictability in a world of constant monetary inflation. And fourth, global adoption will expand far beyond just speculation and investment. Bitcoin will become deeply embedded in the fabric of the global economy. It will serve as a neutral reserve asset for countries. It's a frictionless solution for cross-border payments, a reliable hedge against inflation, and a decentralized infrastructure for the entire digital age. This represents a fundamental shift in Bitcoin's purpose and utility. It's no longer just about number go up. It's about understanding Bitcoin's integral role in reshaping global finance and economic systems for the better. So what ultimately happens after the last Bitcoin is mined? It's not the end of mining, it's just the end of new issuance. Bitcoin's network doesn't require a perpetual fire hose of new supply to function and thrive. Instead, its strength will derive from three powerful pillars: sustained demand from individuals and institutions, genuine decentralization that no single entity can control, and the growing community of users who continue to transact on the network, build upon it, and believe in what it represents for humanity's future. And here's something important to remember: you do and need to own an entire Bitcoin to participate in this story. You can start with any amount that fits your circumstances, whether it's a fraction of a coin or multiple coins. The supply of new Bitcoin is finite, and it is dwindling by the day, but we are still in the early chapters of Bitcoin's larger narrative. The most exciting developments, the most profound changes, may still lie ahead of us. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video insightful and want to learn more about how technology is shaping our financial future, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more to explore together. See you in the next video.